Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is your boy FlyIsland guy, damn near gun deaf right now. It's so loud. We are back in, well actually I don't think you guys have saw the flight that I flew here. So we are in Colombia today. To be specific, we are in Cali Alfonso Bonilla Aragon International Airport. And we're going to be heading over to Panama today. We're going to be carrying some passengers and I believe just a little bit of cargo as well. This flight is going to be very long, much longer than you would typically do in a Twin Otter. But of course, as I've mentioned many times before, we need to get money, and in order to get some good money we have to do longer flights. So flight today is about 2.5 hours. And let's get in the cockpit. Oof, my ears are ringing. As you can see, we are all ready to go, and she forgot to check our cruising altitude. Cruising altitude today is going to be 12,000 feet, and hopefully that'll be enough to get us over the mountains. Also going to double check the weather real quick. As you can see here, the weather is not too bad at all. Just double checking. Just give me one sec. Alright, so at the airport right now we're looking at VFR conditions. Winds out of 230 at 4 knots. Visibility is 10 kilometers. I forgot to set the altimeter as well. Altimeter is set. So things are looking good here. Over in Panama, the weather is, well, actually there's no METAR for the airport. But we're heading over to Colón in Panama, and in terms of precipitation, there seems to be maybe some light drizzle in the area. Nothing major though. And the winds are not too bad as well. Look like they're coming from 360, or basically from the north, at about 10 knots. 26 degrees over there, so we're expecting a pretty good flight on the way in. Alright, so we're gonna get ready to taxi. We just need to make sure the generator's on as well. I think those guys are turned off. Yes, they are. Alright, taxi lights are on. Fuel condition levels are to maximum or high. RPMs to maximum as well. So we are good for taxi, folks. I'm just going to bring up the map over here so that I could see exactly where I'm going, because I'm not really too familiar with this airport. Scratch that, I'm not familiar at all with this airport. So I need the map to know I'm going. Alright, so we're going to be departing runway 02, which is pretty much right behind us. So let's get going, folks. Alright, got a Kodiak 100 over there. looking smexy in all its Kodiak 100 glory. Alright, so I know for sure I'm gonna have to turn down the volume for this in post. Oops. So as usual, the worry leaving here is just to make sure that we kind of get up and over the mountains. But I don't think that's going to be an issue today. I don't think so. Could be totally wrong though. Alright, so here we are at runway 02. And we're just gonna go back, set our altitude real quick. Alright, auto feather can come on as well. Alright, let's take off, folks. All right. So we're going to be doing a standard instrument departure today. And because I'm kind of heading straight out, I'm going to go ahead and activate the autopilot now. Not too sure why I was trying to kill us just now. I felt that way. Alright, so we're going to be climbing out at about 1,000 feet a minute. Flaps are up. These are those dangerous mountains that I've been flying around for the past little while. Gonna be very glad to avoid those. Not have to worry about them anymore. Good to look at, not so good to fly around though. Alright, so flying around here, I get very nervous when I lose visibility. And I absolutely 100% don't trust SimBrief right now for this area because SimBrief's gotten us in trouble a couple times already. Especially like navigating around these mountains, so just gonna keep an eye out for now. And once I have a better idea of where we're heading, I'm gonna take some time just to talk about where we're heading right now. As usual, I like to make the experience a little more than just flying. I just like to normally talk about where we're going, interesting facts about the area, that sort of stuff, that sort of thing. So I think we're doing about 130 knots right now, so I think we can increase our climb rate a little more. So I really want to reach altitude as soon as possible. Transition altitude here is 18,000 feet. Alright, so we're up and over, looks like we're up and over these mountains here, so should be good for the most part. Just to give you guys a quick look at our track for today. So we departed down here in Cali, Colombia, and basically gonna just be heading northwest, kind of out over the water here, so the Pacific, I guess. And we're just gonna be heading up to Colon, which is kind of right on the coastline. I think our approach today is just gonna pretty much have us coming left and then going straight in. But I wasn't able to actually program the proper approach, so I put in a couple waypoints, and we're basically just going to do the descent to the airport visually. But we kind of have the start of the approach, but we don't have all the way to the final approach fix, so a little something for us to kind of keep an eye on. So we're within 1,000 feet of our cruise altitude, and I believe we are good to go, folks, as far as getting over these mountains. All right. Looks like we have some higher mountainous areas over here to the right. And I think we have similar over to the left. But straight ahead should be fine. And I'm pretty sure kind of once we get over these mountains here, we're going to be hitting the coastline. And we should be pretty good for the most part. Could be wrong, but I'm trying to remain positive. Alright, so where are we heading today? We're heading over to Colón in Panama. So that's a city that I've heard about, but I don't know too much about it. So according to this, the province of Colón is a small Caribbean province in Panama that is rich in history and incomparable scenery. It boasts the Panama Canal zone and a close proximity to the canal itself in all its splendor and majesty. So will we be able to see the Panama Canal? Who knows? Who knows? The weather is warm with the average temperature from 24 degrees C to 30 degrees C year round. So what's there to do in Colón? So feel the Caribbean rhythm. So one of the highlights of visiting the Colón province is the Caribbean towns like Portobello and La Guajira. Visitors here will savor the vibrant, boisterous Caribbean flair, the rich food culture, the traditional calypso music, and the traditional Congo dances, declared intangible heritage of humanity by UNESCO. Immerse yourself in the African legacy at the Casa de la Cultura Congo, which provides information workshops and the creation of stunning arts and crafts. Colón is also home to beautiful islands like Isla Grande and Isla Mami, perfect for snorkeling, paddling, and kayaking. And if you're looking for lounge-friendly activities, you could take a boat tour or simply soak in the sun on one of the white sandy beaches. But our beaches aren't the only places with breathtaking aquatic wonders. Trek and hike through the mysterious forests of Portobello National Park and chase waterfalls. You can also take a step back in time and learn about the province's history in San Lorenzo and Portobello's forts, historic homes, and museums. And in 1980, UNESCO declared Fort San Lorenzo and Portobello as World Heritage Sites, describing the fortifications as magnificent examples of 17th and 18th century military architecture. Enough of the forts remain to allow visitors to visually imagine what life would have been like during those times. Black-hearted pirates, staunch military personnel, and the metallic ring of clashing swords, with breathtaking views to the turquoise waters of the Caribbean entrance of the Panama Canal. Of course, a visit to Colón would not be complete without visiting the Panama Canal's Visitor Center in Agua Clara. The center offers unique views of the Panama Canal expansion and the brand new locks you can't get anywhere else. So how to get there? There's three main ways to get to Colón, which is about 50 miles from Panama City, and there are several modes of transportation available. So you can get there by bus. Panama offers a national bus network, and the duration of the trip is about 2 hours. You can also go by car. That drive takes about an hour, and there's car rentals available in Panama City and Colón, so you can go back and forth. And by train. The Panama Railway traverses the Isthmus of Panama It was the world's first transcontinental railroad and it's full of history. In its passenger train, it is also possible to make the journey between the two oceans from Panama City to Colon City in 1 hour, one way, through the forests of Soberania National Park and bordering the Gatun Lake and the Panama Canal. So there you go, folks. This is just a little bit about Colon, where we're going to be heading. So, just trying to look and see where we are now. Looks like we're heading towards the coast. So we've gotten up and over the mountains. So I think we're officially in the clear as far as mountains are concerned. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sit back and relax, folks, and just gonna enjoy the scenery. Just monitor the instruments, make sure nothing goes kind of wonky, but we do have a long trip ahead of us. Pretty much have 80% fuel in the tanks to get through the whole trip, so we should be good as far as that's concerned. Yeah, got a lot of fuel, and as you can see right now, we're doing 174 knots, which is cool. Still have about 340 nautical miles to the next waypoint, so we got a ton of time in the air, but just gonna enjoy ourselves in the meantime, folks. I'll be back and I'll show you the approach that I'm trying to do, which, well, we're not gonna do it exactly though, but we're gonna get down to the airport. All right, so this is your boy FlyIsland Guy. I'll catch you in a little bit, and when we come back, we'll be on descent, and hopefully we'll get some good views on the way in. So I'll talk to you guys then. All right, take care. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We have started our descent into Colon. If you look off to the right, well, actually below us, you can't really see it. We've actually just crossed over Panama City. And actually, yeah, if you look off to the right, this right here is the Panama Canal, which pretty much stretches from the northern side of the Atlantic down to the southern side in the Pacific. I guess technically the northern side would be in the Caribbean Sea. Yeah, Caribbean Sea. So coming down right now to 2,000 feet. Currently we are going through 6,000, heading down. And let's just take a quick look at the approach that we're supposed to be doing today. Gonna bring it up over here on Navigraph. Just give me 1 second. So, supposed to be doing this RNP runway 36 approach. However, once again, for some reason, the GPS doesn't have any approaches for Cologne inside there. So essentially, I have put in the waypoints by hand. So right now we're heading towards this NREG waypoint and coming down to 3,000 feet, I guess, or 2,000. I guess that should be 3,000. So we're gonna come down to 3,000 a little early. Then we're gonna head down to 2,000. We head towards the next waypoint. And then from there we'll turn right, and we're gonna be heading towards the airport at that point. Overall, this has been a pretty awesome flight today. There was a little bit of turbulence, but for the most part, things were very smooth. And honestly, I'm just finally glad to be out of South America. I felt like I spent a bunch of time bouncing around in Venezuela, Colombia, more time in Venezuela, even more time in Venezuela. So just good to be out of there now. And just making our way up up through Central America. Eventually, hopefully wrapping back around to the Caribbean. Specifically, we're gonna come back in by the Bahamas. And then we can sort of work our way around the Caribbean, or maybe even just move elsewhere. Alright, so should be coming up on NRIG soon. We've leveled off at 3,000. When we hit NRIG, we're going to be making a left towards Chemex. I will be descending to 2,000. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Left turn should be starting in about 5 or 10 seconds. Maybe a little longer. Okay, there we go. Alright. We'll start a descent down. So I think thought I saw a light from the airport just now, maybe not. But the airport should be out here somewhere. And fuel wise, we're looking good as well. Looks like we burnt off about maybe half, maybe 60-70% of the fuel that we had on board, which is good. I'm getting a terrain warning. So I just set the altimeter for the local area, and there's a bit of a difference. So we ended up having to climb back up to 2,000 feet, which is all good. Hitting 2,000 now though, and we should be making the right turn. gonna come down to 1700, which is the altitude for our final approach fix. We can start a descent there. And I'm gonna try an arm approach mode. I'll see if this works. If it doesn't, then it's all good. Cool. So airport is straight ahead. And there's no other waypoint right now. Not in the GPS. There should be another one between here and the airport, but it doesn't exist. So not 100% sure if approach mode is going to work. Alright, and we're going to get ourselves all set up for landing as well. Interesting. I have no idea where the actual turnoff is going to be for this airport. I don't really see any terminal building anything here, so not sure if I'm missing something on this map. But we're going to prepare for landing. Gonna go max RPM. Taxi lights, forgot to turn that on. I'll turn that back on. And I'm going to disable the autopilot. So I don't think there is... I don't think there's any... I don't think there's going to be any vertical guidance, and looks like we're already too high. Alright, flaps are full. RPM setting is to max. Fuel condition levels are on high idle. Flaps are set for landing. Auto feather is armed. I think we're good to go, folks. Setting up our trim so we can just do a steady approach. So this is Cologne. I don't know what these big buildings are there. I'll have to look that up. These buildings are massive. Okay, so I totally messed up the reverse thrust. You can turn right here. Actually, is this a... Okay, I don't know what this is. I tried to apply reverse thrust just now, but I didn't have my throttles to idle. Try it now, should work. There you go. So I'm trying to figure out where to go because I can't really tell. But we're just gonna come over here on the grass. Must have missed the turnoff at some point. All right. So here we are, folks. Can come off. Those can come off. Fasten seatbelt signs, no smoking can come off. Anti-collision can come off. Alrighty, folks. So, decent landing here in Cologne today. Just trying to get the back of the plane. I did not bring the flaps up? Come on, bro. So get those up. I thought I did. Guess I didn't. Going to get our doors open. There we go. Cool. Alright, so that is it for today. We're going to be continuing onwards, and we're going to be heading towards well, I don't know where our adventures are going to take us next. Maybe heading up to Costa Rica, possibly. Depends on how far the flight is. But as I said, we're just going to be working our way up Central America. So I hope you guys enjoyed the flight. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. New videos come out every few days. I'll be back very, very soon. This is the boy FlyIsland guy saying stay safe, and most of all, stay fly. I'm out. Peace.